Health is a video game, and over the last 7.5 years, I found some cheat codes, and in this video, I'm going to share those with you. So if you're new here, my name's Jacob. So the first cheat code I discovered after having my health completely destroyed, being failed by the medical industry, taking matters into my own hands, and becoming the most optimal version of myself, is diet and nutrition. That's always going to be top of the list for me. Personally, I tried a bunch of different diets when I was sick. I tried vegan, fruitarian, keto, FODMAP, paleo. I tried clean eating. I tried intermittent fasting, extended periods of fasting for 3+ days. And while some of those diets offered some relief, there was nothing that ever fixed and resolved my problems until I landed on carnivore. The carnivore diet for me has been the most powerful and impactful healing tool that I could have ever asked for. And to provide some context on why that is, it's because you're prioritizing foods that are non-inflammatory, they nourish and heal your body, they have the most bioavailable nutrients of any other food on the planet, and they are complete protein sources. Meat, and especially fatty red meat, also has a lot of cholesterol, which is essential for human health. It's full of essential amino acids and has literally every single vitamin, mineral, and nutrient in it that you need to thrive in its most bioavailable form. And when you prioritize meat, you're effectively cutting out all the other stuff that is potentially problematic and is probably leading or contributing to all the horrible conditions that you're faced with. Number 2 is water. Tap water is absolutely toxic. It's full of a bunch of things like PFAs, atrazine, glyphosate, pesticides, herbicides, chlorine, fluoride, as well as heavy metals. The list goes on and on and on. And when you cut that out and you focus on water from the earth, specifically from a spring or an underground aquifer or a well, you're getting rid of all that toxic stuff. And you're consuming real water that has all the minerals intact. It is water in its purest form, the way we're meant to consume it, that is not full of all these toxic chemicals. Number 3 is nature. And with nature comes sun exposure, comes grounding, and pretty much all the other things that takes us back to the basics and the roots of where we came from. Because throughout all of history, up until the last little bit, we have been outside in nature, getting sun on our skin, being exposed to the elements. We've been walking around barefoot, grounding our feet, sticking them in the dirt. Becoming disconnected from that can actually have very, very negative impacts on your health from my experience. And getting back to that can have profoundly positive impacts on your health. And doing that can be as simple as getting outside for about 30 minutes a day. That's really all you need. Prioritize going outside and spending some time in nature, getting sunlight on your skin. And if you can do that for 30 minutes a day, that's going to have profound impacts on your overall health. Number 4 is your overall mental state. Surrounding yourself with positivity. The people you surround yourself with here matters. If you can surround yourself with positivity and put yourself in a positive mood, that also is going to have profound benefits on your overall health. The more we can laugh, the more we can surround ourselves with like-minded people that think like us, that talk like us, that lift us up instead of try to bring us down, the better off we're going to be in terms of health. Positivity and being grateful for the things that you have and the people in your life are very, very impactful. Number 5, daily movement. This ties into getting outside. All throughout history, we've been very active. We've been out hunting, foraging, building, creating, doing all the things that humans are meant to do. And now in our daily lives, we are very sedentary. Very rarely do we get outside and move our bodies and exercise. And exercising doesn't have to be anything spectacular or complex. It can be a matter of just moving your body for 15, 20, 30 minutes a day. If you can go longer, up to an hour a day, that's even better. But the more that you can move your body, the better off you're going to be in terms of health. One thing that we often forget is that our lymphatic system is closely tied to our daily movement. And if we don't move, our lymphatic system can't operate very well, which means that our immune function is going to suffer and our body can't detox the way it should. And the simple act of moving your body and exercising can also have very positive impacts on your mental state. Number 6, limiting toxic exposure. Everything that we put on our skin gets absorbed into our skin. That includes cosmetics, lotions, creams, shampoos, conditioners, laundry detergent. Pretty much anything that comes in contact with our skin can be absorbed into our skin and impact our health. So the more that you can get away from these things and prioritize natural products, prioritize natural clothing, because that's a big one also, the better your health's going to be. And when it comes to clothing, you don't have to shop for specific brands. Just look for clothing that is made of natural materials. Things like cotton. If you can get organic cotton, that's even better. Silk is another great option. Denim, as long as it's not the stretchy kind, because that has polyester and spandex and other things in there. So again, focus on natural materials for your clothing. Your health's going to improve by default. Number 7, prioritizing sleep. A lot of these things I'm talking about in this video go hand in hand with this, because when you clean up your diet and you do a lot of these other things I mentioned, you by default start being able to sleep better. And if you can prioritize sleep and get 6 to 8 hours of sleep every single night, that is going to have profound benefits on your overall health. And circadian rhythm is also a very big thing. So if you can rise when the sun comes up and go to sleep when the sun goes down, or at least not stay up until midnight or 2 o'clock in the morning, that's probably going to have pretty positive impacts on your overall health as well. Number 8 is finding something to live for, finding something to strive towards, goals, having something to look forward to. And this could mean different things for different people. For me, this just came down to trying to improve my health overall after having it completely destroyed. But it can be anything from believing in things like religion, setting specific goals for yourself, for body composition, for improving your health, to finding someone in your life that you care about, to making more money, to getting a better job, anything. As long as you have something that is going to give your life meaning, and you have a reason to wake up in the morning, something that gives you purpose, that I have found is very, very powerful and can have very positive benefits on your overall health and well-being. As humans, we are all purpose-driven creatures. We all need something to strive for, and we all need something to believe in. And the sooner you can find that, the better off you're going to be. Number 9, learn from the people who have been through it, that came before you, that learned the hard lessons so that you don't have to learn them on your own. That is one of the most powerful things that we can do for ourselves. And it allows us to avoid all that pain and suffering that we would potentially go through if we took the harder path. So unfortunately for me, when I went through all the health stuff I went through, I didn't really have that. And I had to go through the hard times myself and figure out things on my own and learn the hard way. But having gone through that now I can pass on what I've learned in hopes of helping someone else out so they don't have to go through it. So capitalize on that. Find someone who's been through the things that you don't want to go through, who's came out clean on the other side. Learn from their mistakes so that you don't repeat them. And number 10, take everything with a grain of salt. There's a lot of people out there that's trying to tell us how to live our lives, trying to tell us what's best for us. The best thing that we can do for ourselves is hear what these people are saying, but take all that information with a grain of salt, experiment on yourself, and find out what works best for you as an individual. And this is something I had to learn the hard way as well, because like I mentioned earlier, I tried a vegan diet, I tried a fruitarian diet, not knowing that those diets were going to be very detrimental to my health. But there was a lot of influential people out there that were telling me that that was the way I needed to eat, and that was the only thing that was going to fix my issues. Now I had to learn those lessons on my own, and they were hard lessons to learn, but what I gained from that is something that's going to stick with me forever. And that is that we are all individuals, we're all very unique, and while the information that's out there can be very helpful, and in a lot of cases it probably does help people out, but it is very important to understand that we are just that. We're individuals, and something that works for one person is not always going to work for everybody. And the sooner you can understand and realize that, the sooner you can start to heal and get the results you want. Now I know that might sound odd considering that's coming from someone who's making a YouTube video sharing the things that they've learned, but I'm not here to tell you how to live your life or convince you to eat a certain way or to live your life a certain way. I'm simply sharing my experience and the things I learned along the way in hopes that it helps somebody out. So hopefully you like this, hopefully you got some value out of this. Feel free to leave a comment below if you have any cheat codes that you found work best for improving your health, and be sure to like, subscribe, join the Apex tribe, and I'll see you in the next one. All right, peace out.